March Madness is officially here. The first round is currently going on, and I wanted to give some quick thoughts of some potential upsets that might happen. It wouldn't be a major upset as it's the 5th seed versus a 4th seed, but I don't trust Baylor at all. I haven't been high on a Baylor team since Kim Mulkey left, and I haven't seen anything that makes me want to change that mindset. This is the game where the gap between the Big 12 and the SEC will become very clear. Ole Miss is significantly more battle-tested because of the gauntlet they went through in the SEC. Baylor hasn't really been challenged outside of TCU and West Virginia in their conference. LSU versus Florida State will be very interesting. I think Florida State will give LSU a lot more problems than people think. Michaela Timpson will match up very well against Anissa Morrow. She's 6'2", has long arms, and is athletic. She's one of the best rim protectors in the country, is a great rebounder just like Anissa, and she can score the basketball. Taniyah Latson got robbed out of being a first-team All-American, and I think she's going to come out swinging. Florida State versus LSU is going to be a very high-scoring game. I think it will prove to be the best early round game in the tournament, but I think LSU ends up winning when it's all said and done. The talent that LSU has combined with their home court advantage is going to be too much for Florida State. I've never been high on Michigan State. Even in their wins, I was never impressed by them. It always felt the other team lost harder rather than Michigan State winning. We've seen Harmony Turner upset some Power 4 teams this year, and I think she does again. An upset prediction I've seen floating around a lot is Michigan beating Notre Dame. I see no scenario of this happening. If there was any year Notre Dame was going to lose in the second round, it was going to be 2023 when Olivia went down, and it didn't happen. I remember people were predicting Ole Miss upsetting Notre Dame last year. Then as soon as Notre Dame beat them, people were acting like Ole Miss was trash. It's going to be the same dialogue when Notre Dame beats Michigan this year. Silas Swords and Olivia Olson are great, but there's no chance they outplay Notre Dame's backcourt. Olivia Miles is dealing with injury, so it's possible she might not be 100% against Michigan. But even with that, I think Notre Dame comfortably wins. Michigan is going to have absolutely no answer for Liutu King, and Kate Caval has looked great the last few games. Notre Dame essentially has an advantage in every position 1 through 5. As funny as Louisville beating TCU would be, I see no chance of that happening. Jeff Waltz coaching Haley Van Lith for 3 years means he can likely take her out of the game, but they have absolutely no answer for Sedona Prince. Then you combine that with the fact that Louisville is a very young team. Inexperienced always rears its ugly head in the tournament, and I expect that to be the case here. Ohio State historically underperforms in postseason tournaments. Even with Tennessee struggling lately, I think they match up very well with Ohio State. They are both press-heavy teams, but Tennessee has more depth. It's going to take a massive carry job from Jelani Cambridge for them to get past Tennessee. Iowa is an interesting team. They can beat anyone but also lose to anyone. How good Lucy Olson plays determines the outcome of the game more times than not. I expect Lucy to take over in a similar fashion like how Georgia A. Moore did when they went up against Oklahoma on their home court. Oklahoma has a hard time stopping talented, really skilled guards from torching them, and I don't think Lucy Olson will be an exception. Reagan Beers could be a problem, but I think Addison O'Grady can slow her down just enough to give Iowa the advantage. It also helps that Oklahoma has to go against Florida Gulf Coast today. I think that game will take a lot more energy than Iowa going up against Murray State, which is why I have them advancing to the Sweet 16 on the bracket. But that's it for this video. What upsets do you expect in the early rounds, or the tournament in general? I'd love to hear your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching.